After winning a bronze medal with Team USA at the 2022 FIBA 3x3 AmeriCup, Camille Zimmerman gave me her takeaways from the tournament. See for yourself. She just won a bronze medal with Team USA at the 2022 FIBA 3x3 AmeriCup. Camille Zimmerman is here with us today. Camille, welcome to Game On.
Thank you for having me.
Well, I know a lot of blood, sweat, and tears go into a tournament like this. What was your biggest takeaway from this year's tournament?
A couple things. I mean, I guess we still have a lot to work on, right? A lot of teams are getting better, and getting gold isn't as easy as it was maybe in the Olympics the first time or in some other tournaments. So I think biggest takeaway is we got to keep working as the U.S. and keep improving in this game and getting better at it.
With such a small roster, how important is it for your team to be in sync at all times?
It's very important. I think the two biggest things in 3-on-3 right now are chemistry and experience. So being able to know exactly where your players are going to be, you only have those 12 seconds to make a decision. So you really have to know what your players are good at, where they're going to be, and just be able to execute.
Last year, you played as a practice player. You didn't make the team. This year, you were one of 3 players named to the all-tournament team. What changed for you over this past year?
Going back to the camp this year, I'm just thinking, wow, like I was just here practicing, and now I get to be a part of it. But the more games you play, the smarter you get at the game, and there's a lot of strategy to it. So I think having that experience has really changed how I approach the game a lot. And then just another year of getting skill development under your belt, and that kind of stuff really helps.
Camille Zimmerman is here with us. I want to go back a little bit. How were you first introduced to 3-on-3?
Yeah, so I was playing 5-on-5 overseas for a couple years, and then my assistant coach from Colombia connected me with this program, Force 10, and they started putting together teams. They had a pilot program the first year, and then my first year with them, they had 4 teams, and we played in a Red Bull circuit. And so since then, it's continued to grow, and basically they just invested in us. They invested in women. They saw that this is an opportunity to get in on the ground floor of a new sport and push women forward so that we can be equal in this sport. Honestly, it was just a lot of luck and blessing to be a part of that opportunity. And since then, I've gotten to just say yes to every opportunity of 3-on-3 that's come my way.
Right. Well, for maybe those who don't know, what's the biggest difference between 3-on-3 versus 5-on-5?
Yeah, I think the biggest is obviously the half court, the 12-second shot clock. So it's really condensing your play a lot. And then just having the strategy that you have to play really fast in a short amount of time. I think a big thing for me is understanding, like, hey, I can't sit in the corner anymore and just be a shooter. I can't just sit in the post and wait for my guards to do their work. You have to be good at everything, and if you're not, it will be exposed right away. I mean, it's a lot of fun to watch, but it's also really hard to play.
Yeah, I would imagine. Well, you mentioned already you play for Force 10. Can you just talk about how they're creating more opportunities in professional sports?
Yeah, I mean, I'm so thankful to be a part of that organization. I remember the first camp we had with them, I was shocked that someone was willing to pay for me to fly somewhere, to play basketball, put me in a nice hotel. Like, I had never experienced those things playing overseas. And, in college we get pretty good treatment, but if you leave that and you're not in the W, you don't see a lot of that. So I was just very, very grateful that they are putting forward this investment. I mean, if we think about it, the WNBA can only hold 144 roster spots.
Right.
So this is a way to expand women to be able to play in America. Mm-hmm. Right now, if you're not in the W, you have to leave or you have to quit. And I think that's pretty sad considering how many amazing young women we have coming out of college. So for them to think of this as a way to expand sports in America is a really great idea.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you feel valued, because you should absolutely feel valued as a basketball player. Now, as a veteran in this sport, how have you seen 3-on-3 basketball progress through the years?
Yeah, I think, worldwide it's progressing. I've seen a lot of countries. Obviously, I get to meet with a lot of different countries as we play in these tournaments, and some people are going all in. They're 3-on-3 players year round. They're getting paid to just practice 3-on-3. So I think those things are pretty huge happening across the world. And here it's developing. I think we're getting more just 3-on-3 players. I would love to transition to that at some point because I like it more than 5-on-5. But the main growth is just understanding the game. The more you play, the more you understand. You get all these different plays, you get more strategy. We're going to have more coaches, I think, starting to coach 3-on-3. So just growth across the board, but I think just worldwide is the biggest growth I've seen.
What's up, YouTube? If you're looking for all things women's sports, subscribe below. WSN is the first network dedicated to women's sports, so hit that subscribe button and never miss a goal, bucket, or birdie.
Every athlete has a place they own.
Let's go!
The ring, the slopes, the barrel, the fairway, the field, and this court. And without a doubt, this court.
She makes it!
It's about time to welcome the first, the only
That was awesome.
Women's Sports Network. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Oh yeah, it's game on.